Okay, so I have something to talk about. It's a phenomenon known as the Ache barrier. Now, what is the Ache barrier, you may ask? Good question. Let me explain. The Ache barrier is a situational phenomenon that happens when you're waiting in an open public area along with other people. This can be standing in line, waiting for an appointment, flying on a plane. The list goes on and on. This situation can only occur when you're by yourself and surrounded by strangers or people you're vaguely acquainted with. The Ache barrier comes from the odd social tension of being in close proximity to someone who's waiting for something similar to what you're waiting for. Neither of you have anything else to do but wait and awkwardly try not to acknowledge each other. When you're in this situation, it can be quite uncomfortable. However, it's always entertaining to observe this from a distance. Okay, so let me give you a scenario of this. So say you're waiting in a doctor's office. You sign in and sit in the lobby. You're by yourself for a minute before someone else comes. They sit down in one of the seats in front of you. You think, should I nod at this person to acknowledge that they're there? Wait, what if they don't want to do it back? Why would I even nod at them in the first place? Wouldn't that be weird? They sit down and you guys make eye contact for 3 solid seconds, which feels like an eternity. And you think, I don't want to stare at this person for the next 15 minutes. You avert your gaze and stare at the clock on the wall, like you didn't know what time it was. And you realize this person is right in your natural eye line. Well, that's out the window now. You already established you didn't want to stare at this person like a creep. After staring at the clock 30 seconds longer than necessary, you think, I need to occupy myself with something to kill this awkward feeling. Oh no, there's no magazines like a normal doctor's office that you can pretend to be interested in. Next, you go to your phone. Thank God for that. This is your savior from this awkward situation. You'll be able to lose yourself in a random YouTube video or other random online search. But then you realize you're almost out of data. All those YouTube videos you were watching the last time you're in this situation are coming back to haunt you now. You then spam text your friends in the hopes of starting a conversation to pass the time. Pretty soon, you're forced to send phantom texts on your phone because obviously this stranger in front of you is going to be wondering what you're doing on your phone. You finally give up on the phone, and next you turn your attention to a TV in the lobby that's playing a slideshow about the doctor's office and the staff. All it is the names of the doctors and a few pictures around the office. You're watching it like it's primetime television though. You're watching this thing until you know where each doctor graduated from. Eventually, you get to a point where you can't even take looking at the TV any longer. You then look at the last thing left in the waiting room, this painting that's on the wall. It's really great, an obvious printout of a basic flower, but it buys your attention for another 30 seconds. You think, maybe I should talk with this person and end the awkwardness. They're probably in the same boat as you, but then you think, wait, we've been sitting here for 5 minutes already. It would be weird to start talking now. Plus, you would rather gouge your eyes out than endure small talk about how crazy the weather is today. You think, I made it this far. I can hold out until I get called in. It can't be that much longer. You then begin alternating between checking your phone and sending phantom texts, watching the doctor office slideshow, and checking the clock. After what feels like an eternity, a nurse emerges and calls your name. At last, you're finally freed from this. Now, the scenario I just described is the Ache barrier at its worst. Obviously, some people are going to be more affected by it than others, but it's really wonderful to experience. Now, you may be wondering, what was the point of this story? And how can I avoid these awkward scenarios? And I guess the main thing to take away from this is that running out of data on your phone kind of forced this awkward scenario to happen. So, if you want to avoid these kind of scenarios in the future, I would recommend upgrading to an unlimited data plan.
This ad was paid for by your current mobile carrier.